Welcome to the depths of the strange, otherworldly, unknown, paranormal, and much more, where we explore theories that defy logic, reason, and will leave you questioning reality itself. Due to current events and my instinct to question things, I decided this would be a good topic to discuss. What if the weather we experience each day isn't entirely natural? What if the storms we fear, the droughts we suffer through, and the snowfalls that blanket our cities were all planned? It's a hell of thought, but weather manipulation is more than just science fiction. It's the whispered truth hiding behind government facilities, mysterious patents, and ancient myths. In this episode, we'll go over theories about how the weather might be controlled. Now, I'm not suggesting all storms and random weather events are planned, but let's just say I don't believe in coincidences, especially nowadays. These theories go from the tip of the iceberg down to the hidden dark bottom of it. Our journey begins in a remote corner of Alaska, where a seemingly ordinary research facility stands. This facility is known as the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HAARP. Officially, it's a research station designed to study the ionosphere, the layer of the Earth's atmosphere that interacts with solar winds and affects radio signals. But many believe HAARP's real purpose is far more sinister. HAARP is composed of 180 high-powered antennas stretching across 33 acres of land. These antennas, when activated, shoot powerful radio waves into the ionosphere, heating it and altering its behavior. The ionosphere is like a protective shield, and manipulating it could disrupt weather patterns, create artificial auroras, or even tamper with the Earth's magnetic field. The obvious question is, who and why would anyone want to manipulate the weather using this? Some theorists claim that HAARP's technology was developed for military use, as a weapon of mass disruption. Imagine being able to create artificial storms over enemy territory, cause earthquakes, or even knock out satellite communications. The potential to turn the weather into a strategic advantage would make it one of the most powerful weapons on Earth. What's even more unsettling is the strange coincidences tied to HAARP's testing. In 2010, devastating earthquakes rocked Haiti. Although the official explanation points to natural causes, some believe the seismic activity was artificially induced by HAARP's ionospheric manipulation. Earthquakes, hurricanes, floods. There are countless theories suggesting these disasters may have been triggered, controlled, or worsened by HAARP experiments. Our next theory takes us to the skies. Cloud seeding, a process where tiny particles, often silver iodide or potassium iodide, are sprayed into the atmosphere to encourage rainfall, is one of the oldest and most widely acknowledged forms of weather modification. But beneath the surface of this seemingly benign technology lies a darker potential. Cloud seeding was first tested in the 1940s, but it wasn't until the Vietnam War that its darker side was exposed. During Operation Popeye, the U.S. military used cloud seeding to extend the monsoon season, causing heavy rains and floods that would bog down enemy troops. What started as a tactical advantage opened Pandora's box, leading many to question how far this technology has advanced since. In more recent times, countries like China have openly used cloud seeding for large-scale events, such as the 2008 Beijing Olympics, where they attempted to prevent rain from spoiling the ceremonies. But while the public face of cloud seeding seems to be about controlling the weather for good, creating rain during droughts or clearing skies for important occasions, conspiracy theorists argue there's more at play. What if cloud seeding is being used as a form of warfare? Think about it. The ability to manipulate the weather gives a nation control over another's food supply, causing droughts that decimate crops or floods that destroy infrastructure. This control could destabilize entire regions, push populations into chaos, or be used as a tool to punish adversaries without ever firing a shot. And the consequences don't stop at national borders. Some experts suggest that cloud seeding could have far-reaching, unpredictable effects on global weather systems. What happens when the balance of nature is disturbed? A storm that's artificially generated in one part of the world could disrupt weather patterns thousands of miles away, triggering a chain reaction that no one can control. We've already seen erratic weather patterns in recent years: flash floods, uncontrollable wildfires, and extreme droughts. Is this just the result of climate change, or is someone nefarious pulling the strings behind the clouds? Perhaps the most controversial theory of all is one you've likely seen with your own eyes but never thought twice about. The long white trails left behind by planes, contrails, are often dismissed as harmless water vapor formed when jet engines release heat into the cold upper atmosphere. But according to some theorists, these trails are anything but natural. These are chemtrails, the hidden sky markers of control. The chemtrail theory suggests that the trails left by planes are actually chemicals, aluminum, barium, strontium, and other particulates deliberately sprayed into the atmosphere. The reasons behind this are varied and deeply unsettling. One theory is that chemtrails are part of a large-scale geoengineering effort to combat global warming by reflecting sunlight away from the Earth. But if that were the case, why hasn't the public been told? Could this secrecy suggest something more sinister? Others argue that chemtrails are used to manipulate weather systems, much like HAARP and cloud seeding. By dispersing chemicals into the atmosphere, certain areas could experience drought, flooding, or abnormal storms. And unlike cloud seeding, chemtrails are supposedly being used on a global scale. More disturbing still are the claims that chemtrails are not just about weather control. Some believe they are being used to introduce harmful substances into the environment, poisoning crops, polluting water sources, and even affecting human health. The chemicals said to be in chemtrails have been linked to increased rates of respiratory problems, neurological diseases, and even cancer. Is it just a coincidence that areas with heavy jet traffic often report spikes in illness? Of course, governments around the world deny the existence of chemtrails, claiming these are nothing more than harmless contrails. But if that's true, why are so many people convinced otherwise? Why do some whistleblowers, former military personnel, pilots, and scientists, step forward to say that chemtrails are real and that the public is being lied to? What's more chilling is the sheer scale of the operation. If true, it means that the skies over every major city, every rural town are being poisoned, and we're powerless to stop it. What if in the 1940s and 50s, as the world was distracted by wars and the Cold War tension, a darker, more chilling secret was uncovered? Alien technology, far beyond our comprehension, could have been found in remote regions like the deserts of New Mexico and deep within the icy vastness of Antarctica. Top-secret government files tell of strange glowing machines buried under the ice, humming with an energy that defied the laws of physics. While the public focused on the fear of nuclear annihilation, shadowy government agencies worked tirelessly to reverse engineer these devices, discovering they had the power to manipulate the atmosphere itself. The true origins of these machines remain unknown, but soon after, strange weather anomalies began to plague the world. Unexpected storms, droughts where there should have been rain, and hurricanes that shifted course unnaturally, as if guided by an unseen hand. As decades passed, the technology grew more sophisticated. Behind closed doors, these weather-controlling devices were weaponized, allowing the government to manipulate the skies like puppet masters. Every heat wave, flood, or hurricane is not a mere act of nature, but the result of alien-derived machines that warp the climate for hidden agendas. The eerie part, no one notices. We live our lives unaware that the weather itself has been hijacked by a power so ancient and otherworldly that it defies logic. Every time you see a storm rolling in or a sudden shift in weather, remember, it might not be nature's wrath, but something far more otherworldly, tugging at the strings of our atmosphere from the shadows. This is the last and most chilling theory. In the shadowy corners of global power, an ancient cabal, older than recorded history, has thrived. This secretive group, composed of high-ranking politicians, corporate moguls, and occultists, are bound not by wealth or influence alone, but by their worship of darker forces. These forces are said to be older than mankind, tied to the primordial chaos that existed before creation. Whispers speak of forbidden rituals conducted under blood moons, deep in hidden chambers beneath the earth. There, they summon demonic entities that feed off the energy of the planet itself, twisting natural forces for their insidious purpose. These rituals, fueled by human sacrifice and dark magic, allow them to control the elements, summoning storms, droughts, earthquakes, and other cataclysms. It is said that their ultimate goal is to subdue the Earth's natural defenses, weakening it until it can no longer sustain the masses. The Cabal believes that humanity has grown too large, too defiant, and that the planet must be cleansed for a new age. With each disaster, a hurricane that ravages a city, wildfires that sweep across continents, or a sudden polar vortex, this invisible hand of destruction tightens its grip. The weather anomalies aren't random. They are precise and calculated, designed to disrupt food supplies, displace populations, and usher in chaos, forcing governments to collapse and economies to fall into ruin. As the world suffers, the Cabal's power only grows, their influence extending like roots into every nation. Some theorists claim that they have harnessed the energy of sacred sites like Stonehenge and the pyramids to amplify their control, using ancient ley lines to manipulate weather patterns on a global scale. Behind closed doors, they speak of the culling, a plan to reduce the global population to a more manageable number, all in service of a dark agenda whispered by ancient, malevolent beings. To the untrained eye, these are merely natural disasters, but those who look closer know better. The forces of nature are no longer acting alone. They are being guided by a malevolent, unseen hand. Now I know the last theory might be a bit much, but I'm sure I'm just one of many who understand that there are dark forces at play that we can't see with our human eyes. These are only theories, though, but each has a foundation in reality, be it government patents, military experiments, ancient rituals, or just unexplained weather events. The idea that someone or something could control the very skies we depend on isn't as far-fetched as it might seem. The evidence is mounting that weather manipulation may not just be a theory, but a reality. And if that's the case, who holds the keys to this hidden power? What motives drive them? And most haunting of all, what will they do next?
That's it for this video. I'm interested to know your thoughts and theories, so feel free to share them in the comments below. I'm also open to future video ideas. If you enjoyed the video and like this type of content, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more videos like this. Thank you. And don't forget to keep questioning reality.